Welcome to MysteryStock. In recent years, conspiracy theories around the world are becoming more and more popular every day. You've heard about how the moon landing was fake, how JFK's assassination was an inside job, and that a group of reptilian elites rule the world. Well, we've been looking into some others and have found these fascinating theories. Go grab a snack, sit back and enjoy. Up first, we found a theory that the moon does not exist. We're not really sure where this theory came from, but it's pretty wild, considering the moon is right there if you just look up. Some people are theorizing the moon is a projection. To arrive at this conclusion, a theorist named Dave Marsh followed the path of the moon in the sky in order to compare his findings to official records. Because his findings were not the same, Marsh determined the moon was a scam. Oh, and the moon is also a hoax because it was created to distract the general masses from the existence of Nibiru, a rogue planet that will cause the apocalypse. Do with this information what you will. And next, was Lewis Carroll Jack the Ripper? How could the beloved author of the children's classic Alice in Wonderland possibly be the same mysterious serial killer who murdered prostitutes in London during the late 1800s? Richard Wallace, author of the 1996 book Jack the Ripper, Light-Hearted Friend, claimed the clues can be found in Carroll's own books. Several passages in novels like Sylvie and Bruno, written around the same time of the murders, were actually anagrams, Wallace claimed. If you rearranged certain sentences, they would become horrifying confessions, like, I got a tight hold of her and slit her throat, left ear to right. Wallace, however, took a lot of creative license with the anagrams, and often left out words to make his case. His theory is likely not true, but it still makes us shiver just to imagine a children's author going on the prowl for victims at night. If you love all things mysterious, be sure to tap that subscribe button because we make new videos 3 or more times every week. Thank you. Some people believe the American military installation Area 51 is researching and experimenting on aliens and their spacecraft. More specifically, people think they are studying a crash that happened near Roswell, New Mexico, in 1947. Others theorize that the moon landing was staged at Area 51. The CIA publicly acknowledged the existence of the base for the first time on June 25 in 2013, following a Freedom of Information Act request filed in 2005. What goes on inside is extremely secret. Members of the public are kept away by warning signs, electronic surveillance and armed guards. Witnesses claim to have seen UFOs above or near the site, while some say they have been abducted by aliens and even experimented on, before being returned to Earth. What do you think happens at Area 51? Let us know in the comments. Yellowstone National Park is 3,500 square miles of wilderness, wild animals, and gorgeous landscapes. But under the park is something far more sinister. There is an active volcano that measures 44 miles across, and if it erupts, it could wipe out the entire US. The volcano last erupted 630,000 years ago, but there are some conspiracists who are convinced the next eruption could happen any day. Some believe the US is drawing up contingency plans because the government knows the eruption is imminent. Conspiracists also point to videos of animals running from Yellowstone, which people think is a sign of the coming eruption. Experts say the animals are just running from tourists. It's terrifying to think of what would happen to our species if this volcano erupts. MKUltra differs from the other theories on this list, in that it's a confirmed, very real and highly disturbing conspiracy rather than one based on urban legends or bits of half-truth. In the 1950s, the CIA began to conduct secret research into mind control, and how the use of drugs, sensory deprivation, and other extreme physical experiences could affect the human brain. In many cases without the test subject's knowledge or consent. MKUltra, which operated from the 1950s until the early 60s, was created and run by a chemist named Sidney Gottlieb. Gottlieb wanted to create a way to seize control of people's minds, and he quickly realized it was a two-part process. First, you had to blast away the existing mind. Second, you had to find a way to insert a new mind into that resulting void. The top-secret nature of Gottlieb's work makes it impossible to measure the human cost of his experiments. We don't know how many people died, but a number did, and many lives were permanently destroyed. In December 2018, declassified documents included a letter to an unidentified doctor discussing work on 6 dogs made to run, turn and stop via remote control and brain implants. I'm sure you will agree that is a creepy one. The idea of not actually having free will truly terrifies me to my core. As you know, Area 51 and Roswell are widely known for UFO and alien encounters, but the world's most famous UFO sighting actually happened in Mississippi. February 10 in 1977 is a very important day in UFO conspiracy theory history. It was the day several police officers claimed to have seen a strange object hovering in the sky over the top of a forest. One of the officers said, "It was approximately 15 to 18 feet off the ground, blue in color, kind of a metallic blue, portholes around the center of it, shaped like an old spinning top kids used to use." The officers followed the UFO until it vanished over the tree line. Years later, there seem to be two spots in the forest that measure about 15 feet each where nothing is growing, but there has never been a formal explanation. What could cause the forest to stop growing like that? Radiation from the UFO maybe? You decide. The Georgia Guidestones is a famous monument that is known for its bizarre inscriptions, which led to a number of conspiracy theories. In 1980, the monument was built and there are 10 guidelines written in 8 languages, which seem to be a set of rules for humans. For instance, one inscription reads, "Maintain humanity under 500 million in perpetual balance with nature," while another reads, "Rule passion, faith, tradition, and all things with tempered reason." The monument was paid for by a man who gave an alias, so no one knows who built it or why. Some think the inscriptions are telling the future and giving us a guideline for how to rebuild after an apocalypse. Others believe Satanists built the sculpture to promote their agenda. What if it was a time traveler leaving this message for us? We really love looking into the unknown. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please leave a like so it can reach more people. See you in the next one.